between the Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Ravens. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Come on. What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is right. 80. Switch. He's coming. Double up. There we go.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Check 52. Under 10. Check 3. Right.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. From the gun, it's Rosen. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. In the wild card win last week, he had just 2 catches, and now he's got his first one here.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A play fake to Balaj. Now Rosen. And this is Parker, complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Alert 3. Check hot route.
On play action, Rosen. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Drake. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain there of 21 yards. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Rosen completes it to Parker. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Throwing now, Rosen on 1st down. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the 1st. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Rosen. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. And it's 3rd and short.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Nothing doing on second and third down after that 9-yard gain on first. Sanders' kick is good. Not a touchdown, obviously, but playoffs, you're on the road. At least you put something on the board.
I would agree with that totally. You're not exactly sending a message to the opposition, but you are letting them know that you came to play.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
He completes it to Bryant. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. Ingram churning. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he's got room. The 30, 20, 10. And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Jackson, forced out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. On 3rd down, Jackson being chased out left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Jakeem Grant back deep for Miami. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10.
Lucky. Shoot. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Check. Fresno.
They'll start on the ground with Balaj. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
They'll run with Drake. Brandon Carr there to make the stop.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Third and long here for Rosen. And the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
With it is Brown. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. That's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
On second down at 4, Jackson. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Now Balaj. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. On third down, Rosen. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Flush to his right. On the right side, open is Gesicki. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
From the gun on third down, it's Rosen. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there, that brings up 4th. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. That'll bring up second down. To throw again. Jackson buying time to his left. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ingram. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 33.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Here's Snead as they run the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Dez Bryant, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Now Rosen looking to throw. Williams loses the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. There he goes, right side. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. After the interception, here's Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The Ravens on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. From the gun, Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jackson dancing to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Jackson will throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half. The first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rosen, incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Win the rep, let's go, right here. Check. 40's mine, 40's a month, 40's a month. That's right, baby, they don't want it.
Now Rosen. And it's caught by Parker. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. Throw left side complete. It's Drake. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Rosen to throw again. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it, and his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson out left side here to Bryant. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And some room to maneuver.
Forget the idea of flipping the field. They have now put themselves in a position to score points with that big-time return.
And the third quarter starts with a run by Ingram. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
From the 22, Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Tucker with the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rosen. And that will be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape.
Tighten down. There you go.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Ingram. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Jackson from the shotgun. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews there to make the grab as the Ravens push further out in front. And right now, Charles, I think you'd have to say their class starting to show through.
Yeah, they were disappointed not to get the #1 seed in the playoffs, but the reality is these guys can play anywhere. It doesn't matter for them.
And if they can indeed hold on to this lead, that's going to set up one heck of a championship game next Sunday.
Let's come back and watch it, shall we?
Something tells me you and I are going to be there.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. They'll run here with Blanche, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. No gain on the play there, second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
He's crashing. He's checking.
Looking to throw on second down. Rosen. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But
the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Matt Judon providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor, it's sailed, right? My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up appears to be working.
Well, he's going to have to find something right now to stop this offense. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he'd just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
Steps away to his left. Over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. And that is incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Nate Orchard able to drop him for a loss of a couple. Now after that sack, it's third and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson forced out to his left. That's caught at the 25. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And a big 32-yard play on third.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Here's Jackson to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Check.
Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The all-pro safety Eric Berry in on the stop.
I can't help it. Every time I see Eric Berry make a play, as we just saw him make a tackle there, I just want to stand up and applaud.
Because he went to Tennessee like you?
Well, that doesn't hurt one bit, but how about the comeback?
And he will find Hurst in the end zone. Touchdown, Ravens. Hayden Hurst there to make the grab as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Tucker now to add the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football. And now here is another interception. Reuben Foster picks it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Ingram again, a first down carry. He will push his way down to about the 14. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, they'll force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. Tucker's kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And now it's Rosen looking. Being chased out. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Pernell McPhee able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Now it's Rosen. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Monday. Right over there. Yeah. Mike,
They're going on 4th down. Rosen. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Lorenzo Carter. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. Shrugs him off, and he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Again, they'll run with Ingram. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now it's Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
11 yards there, 1st down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
23 yards on the play. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Rosen on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Drake. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Rosen. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Rosen on 1st and 10. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Willie Henry in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Rosen to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and they're going to face a 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. His pass caught at the 4. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. From 10 yards out, and the Dolphins gain a bit of respectability. Rosen will throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
On 1st down, it's Ingram. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Tackle made there by Eric Rowe. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Man open left side is Brown. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship.